All right, what's going on, people? It's your boy, Patrick Michael Strange. This is the New Release Wednesday show coming at you from my crib, Strange Manor, and I am all by my lonesome. Yes, my people have failed me. Everyone has let me down. Yeah, so sad. With the exception of Marianne Walker. Shout out to my girl, Marianne, behind the camera. What's good, Marianne?
What's up?
So, yeah, man, we've been out for a bit. We've been kind of fine-tuning everything, plotting, planning what we're going to do for 2019. And, you know, some of it's on the bubble. Some of it is, you know, still kind of in the works. We're working a lot of different things. And so that's where everybody is. Plus, it's also the holiday season, y'all. It's November going into December. And you know, it's that time of year. It's that holiday season and it's going down. So a lot of people are busy, but they will be back. We should have some more folks next week and the week after that, changing up different things. Schedules are coming into place, all of that. And but you can always be sure that me and Marianne are going to hold it down. Right, Marianne? Please, right. Please don't leave me, girl. Don't let me be the only one. So, yeah. And actually, while I'm filming this, our boy Marc Adona, their new cat, he's holding it down. And he's filming a new gaming thing because, you know, like I said, he's going to be one of our gaming guys with Lewis and some other cats. So, yeah, he's working on that, and that should be on the channel too in the next couple of days. From what I understand, he's filming it now, and then he's going to edit it a little bit. So check out that. But we are back, y'all, and with a new release Wednesday show, what we actually are, the NRW, with what's coming out this week. But before I get into that, I would be totally remiss if I didn't talk about one of the biggest deaths in comics, pop culture forever. The guy that kind of, you know, the legend, the man, instrumental with many characters that we know and love. One of my idols, Stan the Man Lee, passed away as of this filming yesterday at the age of 95. I got the call, and to me, it's only fitting. Stan Lee has meant so much to me, and it was only fitting that I'm chilling out with my wife. We're relaxing. Veterans Day. Shout out to all my veterans out there as well. Don't want to forget about that. But going to a veteran himself, Stan the Man Lee, chilling with my wife, I get a call from my daughter who is spending the time with her Lola, and she says, "Dad, did you know Stan Lee died today?" And I was like, well, what? And my wife was like, "Madison, are you sure? Because your dad would have gotten a flurry of calls from all of his peoples and everything because of what he does. Are you sure it's just the internet? Internet's, you know, you don't listen and believe everything you see on the internet." And sure enough, after we got off that call, I went online and the floodgates were open and everybody was talking about it and, you know, sending their condolences and sharing their pictures of the times they met Stan and their memories. And yeah, I was sad, and but at the same time, I think we all knew it was coming. For those that are in the industry and are tracking what's going on with Stan the Man, he's been on decline for a while now. There were issues with his caretakers, and it was just a matter of time. He filmed a lot of his cameos that he's infamous for in plans for this. They actually had kind of planned this out, and it has already been announced that his Avengers 4, am I right? Avengers 4, yes. Avengers 4 cameo has already been filmed, so that's going to be a real tear-jerker, and his cameo in Captain Marvel, but that's going to be a real tear-jerker when we see those upcoming appearances. But yeah, Stan the Man Lee passed. Y'all know his credits, his history. I'm not going to recant that. But I do want to say I'm thankful for those other comic industry people just like me that, you know, while we are big fans of Stan Lee, we are also proponents of the other amazing creative people that helped Stan Lee do what a lot he does, because Stan Lee does get a lot of, well, more so gets the credit, whereas Jack the King Kirby, Steve Ditko, all these other legends really helped push him to be who he was, and they don't get enough credit. But I'm glad a lot of people let Stan have that moment to you know, for us to give those condolences without kind of, you know, gumming up that legacy. So much love to all of that. And, you know, I think through the annals of time, more people will see Whereas like with Bob Kane, where he tried to take all the credit, there was the mighty Bill Finger, there was Jerry Robinson. Stan Lee, yes, he was a consummate showman. That's kind of like why he got top billing. He did create these heroes, but remember, it was a co-creator type thing. And again, I love Stan Lee, but as I grew older, got into this industry more and found out more about what everybody did. It really was a true team effort, not just one sole man. So, but again, it doesn't take away from Stan Lee. Comics wouldn't have been comics without the great Stan Lee. So I'm very thankful for Stan. And yeah, one of the things I wanted to do before I moved on, and again, for some of my tribute, I posted a couple pics on my Instagram. I did meet Stan Lee several times. And unlike everybody else who took pictures with him, because he was a God, a god to me, I never bothered to, hey, Stan, can I take a picture with you? Because it was just weird to do that. I've done it several times, and Marion behind the camera knows I am quick to take a picture with anybody. But Stan Lee, again, being a god to me, I just couldn't do it. To me, it wasn't right yet. I was looking for like the right time. I did it. That time will never come, but I did thank the man. I did, tell him how much he meant to me. So there you go. So you'll see a couple pictures on my Instagram, the time I literally first met him, as he was sent walking to me during the Harvey Awards at Baltimore Comic-Con 2012, and then some of the other times during that event. And yeah, but one of the things I have right here that I wanted to show real quick for all of those people that are real industry heads, and as well as the creative side of things. I started off as an artist before I became a writer and a publisher and all that. And one of those books that's just it's an icon to all of us creative people is the How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way that that Stan Lee wrote, and John Buscema. Am I right? John Buscema was, yes, we handled the art chores on that. But basically, that's how I learned to draw people. It was this in Wizard Magazine with Bart Sears, who I've had the honor of having on the show before as well. But Stan Lee, Bart Sears, John Buscema, they're the ones that kind of told me how to create a comic book. And this is it. This is the my actual copy that I had growing up as a kid. I kept it in immaculate condition because to me it was my tome. It was like the Bible. Had to keep it in perfect condition. So yeah. Before I get into everything else, I just really wanted to put my 2 cents out there. And from all of us at New Release Wednesday, from Mary Ann behind the camera, who's sporting an amazing Spider-Man shirt, Stan Lee meant a lot to a lot of us. And Marvel and comics, as far as pop culture, getting it into the pop culture stratosphere, would not have been anything without Stan Lee doing it. So shout out to Stan the Man Lee. The only word we could say to move on before we hear anything else is Excelsior. Thank you, Stan. Appreciate you. All right, guys, this is your New Release Wednesday for November 14th, 2018. And there's kind of a few things coming out on your Blu-ray DVD digital copy this week. I'm going to ask Marianne if she saw any of these because I really didn't see any of these yet that's coming out on Blu-ray. And I'm actually curious which ones of these coming to theaters she's planning to see, because I want to hit up the theaters and catch out some of these. So I'll need a buddy if she doesn't mind, if she'll give me time, because no one else is here. No one else wants to be my buddy. It's just me alone. I'm looking at you, Brandy, Giano, Mac, Heather, Joe, everybody, Marc. Anyway, all right, here we go. Coming out on Blu-ray DVD digital copy, Alpha. Essentially the prehistoric story of the first dog. Cody Smith McPhee plays the young man living in the prehistoric ice age when he encounters a wolf, and the two of them build a bond, and that's the birth of the domesticated relationship between man and dog, canine. So it looks pretty interesting. It was shot and directed by Albert Hughes, from the Hughes brothers. Quite intrigued by that. I do love my dog Alfred, although he gets into everything. I had to put him away now before he filmed this, before he tore up my house. But yeah, I'm a big dog lover. So Alpha is right up my alley. I will be watching this with the family. Also out this week is the Marine 6. Yes, the Marine number 6. Of all the movies to get sequels, I don't understand how the Marine continues to get sequel after sequel. Marianne, any feelings on that? Did you see any of the other Marines? I think I saw the very first Marine. Other than that, I didn't see 2 through 5.
I remember hearing hearing about the first one, I was unaware that there was a 2 through 6.
Yeah,
and
girl.
That can only be followed by Y.
So I think the Y is WWE Films got the license. So Vince McMahon is going to do everything he can with that and essentially put his wrestlers into acting roles when they're not all The Rock. They're not all Dwayne Johnson, people. In this one, we have The Miz. You know, from Real World fame, Miz is playing the Marine. And we also have Shawn Michaels. Yes, the Rockers, Shawn Michaels. I don't think he's ever acted before. I know he's a great actor on WWE as a wrestler because it is sports entertainment. But I'm very curious. And we also have one of my favorite WWE wrestlers, Becky Lynch. Current title, I think she's the SmackDown title or the Raw title. Do you know, Marianne?
Nope.
No. Well, she is a current title holder along with Ronda Rousey. They're the current title champions in there. But yeah, so I'm curious about Becky Lynch. Can't really say anything bad about her. I'm enjoying her. Maybe she can act. But Shawn Michaels, I think he's kind of past his time. But, you know, we'll see. And The Miz. The Miz. I don't know about this. And again, I think just WWE utilizing that license and want to just kind of make his staff of stars into big screen stars, like what happened with The Rock, like what happened with Hulk Hogan. And not everyone is Dwayne Johnson. I'm sorry. No one has that charisma.
Taking the money and giving us a Broadway musical. I would watch a WWE Broadway musical.
That would be quite intriguing.
That would be hilarious.
So yes, the Marine 6 is out on DVD. Actually, I'm missing part of the title. It's the Marine 6 Close Quarters. So check that out. It follows Jake Carter and another former Marine loot trapper. So I'm assuming that's The Miz and Shawn Michaels. They join forces to rescue a kidnapped girl from a gang of international criminals. Please don't tell me the kidnapped girl is Becky Lynch, because Becky Lynch could bitch slap Shawn Michaels and The Miz. I'm sorry, she's that beast, and I love her. I just would hate to see her playing such a corny ass role as the kidnapped girl when Becky Lynch is a badass. So come on now, people. All right, next up, coming out this week is The Meg. Did you see The Meg, Marianne? The big, it's essentially Jaws prehistoric, aka the Megalodon, blockbuster action horror film by John Turteltaub. It was filmed in China and New Zealand. It was a real huge undertaking. I think we actually talked about this on the show. They were really working hard to get this film out there. I think it was a big popular book. And yeah, Jason Statham is in it. Winston Chow, Ling Bingbing is in it. I am intrigued by it. At the time it came out, there was a lot of other films at the time that kind of took precedent on my viewing eyes. So I didn't see it. So now that it's out on Blu-ray DVD, it looks like a good popcorn flick. It looks like something I can enjoy. And now that my theater is going to be all set up with my new 75-inch Samsung, I think I will be checking this out in HDR. And my girl Marianne's going to have to join me and just eat some popcorn and just check out The Meg.
Ruby Rose is in it. I'm there.
Oh, yes. Yes, Ruby Rose, aka the new Batwoman. I'm so in. We're going to do it. All right. The Meg, check that out. That's out on Blu-ray DVD. And we also have Mile 22, another film that I really wanted to see, but it came out when everything else was coming out. It's about an elite paramilitary team called Overwatch, not to be confused with the game, is tasked with transporting a police officer, played by Iko Uwais, with vital information about a potential terrorist attack 22 miles across Southeast Asia from the American embassy to an airfield. With the help of a high-tech communications expert, Bishop, played by John Malkovich, and second-in-command Alice, played by Lauren Cohan, Walking Dead fame, leader Jimmy Silva, Mark Wahlberg, and his team must outrun local military, police, and gang leaders to complete their mission. It's directed by Peter Berg, who is an amazing action director. I like him. Ronda Rousey, going back to WWE, she's starring in it. Sam Medina and Carlo Albon co-star. Looks really cool. Ronda Rousey kind of getting her acting chops out there. Looks, again, another good, fun popcorn action film that I'm intrigued on seeing. So go check that out. Also coming out on Blu-ray DVD this week, we have Preacher Season 3, Star Trek Discovery Season 1. If you didn't get that CBS special paid membership, you can now check that out. Olaf's Frozen Adventure for all you Frozen fans. And again, keeping it in the CGI love, Pixar Short Films Collections Volume 3. That's essentially those little short films that they put in front of a lot of those Pixar films, all consolidated into one cool, fun package for you to check out. So, good for the whole family. Some stuff for, everybody. Check it out. That's out on Blu-ray, DVD, digital copy. Coming to theaters. Boom, 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 boom. We have, for you Harry Potter fans, Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald. Did I say that right? Are you a Are you a Potterhead, Marianne?
I appreciate it. It's somewhere beneath like Star Trek and Star Wars.
And Star Wars.
But maybe above the Marine. Way above.
Good one. Yes. I recently found out what what branch of the Harry Potter family or school of wizardry
what'd you get?
I'm a part of. Well, I thought I was Slytherin. Because I think I'm an evil guy. Well, I'm not an evil guy. I think y'all know how I am. I just think I'm a little wild out like that. But apparently, I am a Hufflepuff.
I can see that.
So I guess that's because you're loyal. You look out for people, and okay, I guess I look out for people.
Yeah. I got Slytherin.
You are a Slytherin. Shut the fuck up.
I am. It probably explains my reluctance to be in front of the camera.
That is awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
So did you take the official test that was on the J.K. Rowling site?
I did.
Okay.
I wasn't super surprised because I thought for sure I would maybe get Ravenclaw, but I figured Slytherin was going to be a good second because I'm not that good for the other two.
Okay.
But no, I came in Slytherin all the way, and it's like, I don't think Ravenclaw was even a consideration. They were like, you're green.
I did feel kind of like if you answered a certain way on some of those questions, that you know how like when you take questionnaires like that you could tries to lead you a certain way. Right. I answered honestly, but then at the same time I felt if I would have answered like this, I probably could have been Slytherin. Well, but then that wouldn't have been my honest answer.
I went with my first instinct on all the questions.
Yeah, same.
Just the gut reaction.
Uh-huh.
Like, you always have that moment where you're like, well, what if this? And you're like, no, first answer. So that apparently led me all the way to Slytherin. So
okay,
that was really interesting.
All right. So, all right. That's hilarious. And so the other two are, so it's Slytherin, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, and Gryffindor. Those are all four houses. Mm-hmm. Apparently my wife is a Hufflepuff as well, but we have given birth to, our daughter is a Ravenclaw.
Makes sense. I can see that.
Interesting. I wonder if they change over time. If like for a kid, because she really doesn't know who she is right now. Do you change schools over time, or if that really is giving us what her personality set is? Could you be like I think I was like, again, I thought I would be a Slytherin. Maybe that was young me or whatever, but apparently I'm a Hufflepuff.
I think the cool thing about that is, and the way to always find out about that stuff, is go back and ask, like, maybe your parents, like, for 5 things about you that and I think people would be surprised to see that as much as we thought we weren't these people when we were younger, we're still those people. I recently found myself in a conversation with somebody from high school that I hadn't talked to in a really long time, and the first words to me were like, man, you haven't changed. And I was like, huh? And they're like, no, you've always been this person that's just been chill, and you've always, so I guess that just never changed. So your Ravenclaw is young, but I think that there's certain cores that are not going to change. They might get a little lost in the mix.
So I am intrigued, and I guess you'll follow on with my tales of my child, and if she converts from Ravenclaw to Hufflepuff, or is truly a Ravenclaw. All right, y'all. So that leads me to Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald. And it's the second installment of Fantastic Beasts. There was an original film before that, which I did not yet see. It's a series set in J.K. Rowling's Wizarding World, featuring the adventures of Magizoologist Newt Scamander, who, what I found out, is he's actually a Hufflepuff. So yay! The Fantastic Beasts. It's my family. It's the Hufflepuffs. It's directed by David Yates. Stars Eddie Redmayne. He is Newt Scamander. Catherine Waterston is in it. Dan Fogler. Alison Sudol. And I think I saw Johnny Depp in that trailer, right? Johnny Depp is in there. All right. So, and also, The other guy that is in a lot of films and plays a lot of different characters. What is his name? Marianne's gonna look it up for me. He was the Jude Law. Jude Law. So I don't know why he's not getting credit in my listing right here. But yeah, a lot of big actors, name actors, and it looks awesome. But I didn't see the first one, so I think I want to see the first one before I see this new one. But I know a lot of you have already seen it, so go check it out and let us know in the comments what you think, if it lives up to the books and all of that. Also out this weekend, Instant Family. It's a comedy drama starring Mark Wahlberg, Rose Byrne, Isabella Moner, Gustavo Cuarez. It's about a couple that find themselves in over their heads when they adopt 3 children. Yes, Instant Family, something that my mom used to warn me about all the time when I dated women that had children, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. Love is love. I was having a good time, but that never happened. So I didn't get an Instant Family, which is something that I've always been warned about by my parents. Well, especially my mother, as a man who was a wild playboy. So anyway, I'm sorry. Yes, just living life, Women are doing their thing too, you know. What if they get into an Instant Family? Why weren't they, Marion, were you warned about getting into a relationship with a dude that has kids? Were you worried about that whole Instant Family thing? Or warned about that from your parents or relatives or anything like that?
My mom was like, it's not a good idea.
Why, you know what, that's a subject for another time. Yeah. But something,
And our deli after dark.
Hey, we'll tackle it there. Coming soon, y'all. Look at Marianne with the tip in, letting you know the assist. Basketball people. All right, here we go. This film I actually really want to see. Marianne, we got to find the time. Widows. It's a crime drama, romance thriller set in contemporary Chicago amidst a time of turmoil. 4 women with nothing in common except a debt left behind by their dead husbands' criminal activities take fate into their own hands and conspire to forge a future on their own terms. It's directed by Steve McQueen and it stars Viola Davis, Michelle Rodriguez, and all I have next is Elizabeth Debicki. I think there's a bunch of other stars tied to that, but all I know is Viola Davis, people, and Michelle Rodriguez. Like, bruh. Looks badass.
And badass. Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson? Mm-hmm. Oh shit. Mm-hmm. See, why didn't they give us, whoever's giving me this stuff, IMDb is, I'll put you out there. IMDb, you got to do better when I'm getting my information to talk about this on the show. I need all the names. I need all the names. So yes, Marianne, we got to find a time. It just looks badass. It's the women kind of, you know, it's always these men in these kind of films, these action films, but it shows, I think we're getting Viola Davis and Michelle Rodriguez is getting badass and taking, you know, revenge on their own terms and just doing their thing. I'm with it, y'all. It just looks badass. So check that out. Widows is coming. If you're seeing it as well, let me know in the comments below. We also have Green Book. It's a biography comedy drama about a working class Italian American bouncer who becomes the driver of an African American classical pianist on a tour of venues through the 1960s American South. It's directed by Peter Farrelly, and it stars Linda Cardellini, Viggo Mortensen, Maharashi Ali, and Don Stark. I have seen the trailers to this. This looks really good. This is another film I want to see. I'm hoping as a member of SAG-AFTRA that this is up for awards as part of the SAG-AFTRA Awards, and I'll get a screener. But I'm still going to go to the theaters and see it anyway, but as well as getting that screener, because it's always cool when I get that, and then I can watch it whenever I want. So, Marianne, you're all about this film too? Oh, you saw the screeners to this, or saw the trailers?
Viggo's been missing for a minute.
Yes, and Viggo's a great actor. What's up with that?
Yes, we haven't seen him. I don't know where our guy from Lord of the Rings went, but welcome back, Viggo.
Yes.
Excited to see him.
Mm-hmm. And Mahershala Ali, did you see you saw the trailer?
I saw the trailer.
They played off well. I like that.
Yeah, you know, one thing I like about some of these, what I call the silent sleeper movies, you know, is a lot of times, you know, Widows is going back to Widows for a second. Yeah, we're getting a cast of characters that we never thought of putting together. I never saw Viola Davis and Michelle Rodriguez together sharing the screen. And Viggo and
Maharashi Ali.
Mr. Maharashi Ali. I am really excited about that because we're talking about 2 really intense actors, guys that have honed their craft.
Gravitas.
Man.
Yes.
You know, so this movie could be crap and we'd still like it.
Hell yeah. So I'm really looking forward to that. So Marianne, we're going to make it a date. Jonathan, this movie, I know you're looking crazy on this one. I didn't see any trailer to this, but when I was looking at the upcoming films, this intrigued me. It's a drama sci-fi. Jonathan leaves the office every day at noon. When he gets home, he goes to sleep. Every morning he wakes up and there is a breakfast prepared for him, along with a video telling him about the second part of his day. Yes, that is all that I got from that. It's directed by Bill Oliver, stars Ansel Elgort, Patricia Clarkson, Suki Waterhouse, and Matt Bomer. We're going to have to do a trailer reaction to that. We're going to watch that, and you will see what we think in regards to that after you watch this particular New Release Wednesday episode. It looks really interesting.
It does.
Yes. So just by that description. What? So,
one more plug.
Yes. What else do we have, Marianne, before we get...
So, not released this week.
Okay.
But just a friendly reminder.
Okay.
If you have not gone to see Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yes.
Get ye to the theaters stat.
Yes.
Okay. This is... For those of us that did not grow up with the ability to see Queen in concert,
Freddie Mercury.
This is probably the closest we're going to get to that magic. It's worth it. Go see it. I can't say enough about it. That is all. I know it didn't release this week, but don't miss it. Yeah,
I think it was the week before last. Rami Malek, who won countless awards for Mr. Robot. If you haven't seen him in that, which you should, because again, he won countless awards for his portrayal of his character in that film. He was also in the Scorpion King films. I don't know if you're familiar with that. The Mummy. Actually, I think he was also the Knight at the Museum. He was in the Knight at the Museum playing an Egyptian princess. But he's been in a lot of different films.
He is, but
he was in Papillon with Charlie Hunman that dropped last week, which I'm also intrigued about. That's based on a true story. But if you see some of these trailers for Bohemian Rhapsody, and they actually have one on YouTube right now where they took past footage of Freddie Mercury performing, and then they took clips from the film. Rami did his homework, y'all, and he embodied that character. And Freddie Mercury is a legend. And with Rami, what he did in putting his foot into the role, becoming Freddie, is astounding. And as an actor, man, bravo. So definitely I second Marianne in that regards to that. I gotta check it out. Bohemian Rhapsody, y'all, dope film. So again, those are all your Blu-ray DVDs coming out, what's coming out of the theaters. A lot of cool stuff coming out. There's a bunch of new trailers that dropped that we're going to actually do trailer reactions for, so you'll look for that on the channel. Toy Story 4 dropped a teaser trailer coming out in gaming. Just Cause 4 is coming out, and they dropped a trailer. Also going back to films, Pokemon Detective Pikachu, so kind of crossing over the gaming and the film. There's going to be a Pokemon film, y'all. And I've heard kind of things here and there, but I haven't seen it yet. I'm going to save it for that trailer reaction. Check that out on the channel. And again, Marc and Mana, Flip Style, he's going to be dropping a gaming show on our channel as well. Look for that on the channel. And as well as all the family, man. We've been kicking it. Thank you to Marianne. Appreciate you. Love you, girl. Everybody, I recently had a birthday, y'all. I'm 41, y'all. 41 is the new 21. Yeah, we were turning it up in here. I was roasted by my people. Shout out to Loy Lee, the Asian King of Comedy, as well as Guinea Mac, Glenn Lawrence McDonald. You've seen them on Comedy Central. You've seen them all over the DMV and across the U.S. doing their things and stand up at all the different shows. They came out, and I was also greeted by a bunch of family and friends, man. Can't thank everybody enough for coming out and showing me love, y'all. But yo, that is me. That is the New Release Wednesday show. Make sure you're following New Release Wednesday at New Release Wednesday and at the NRW on Instagram, Twitter. Marianne, did you set up your Instagram, Twitter yet? Can we tell people? Can I throw it on the screen right now?
That's a 2019 project.
Okay, Marianne.
I'm busy.
We love her. She's letting us down, but she's been busy. We will give you those links as soon as she lets me do it, y'all. For me, PatrickStrange.com, at Strange since 1977, at Temple Far East. Yo, that's me. Only one thing left to say, man. Rest in peace, Stan Lee. Excelsior.